So I've been a huge Stranger Things fan since 2017, since a few months before the release of Season 2, and it's the whole reason why I decided to keep Netflix after trying it for a month. We recently had our Stranger Things Day for the year, which will probably be the last Stranger Things Day we'll have while the show is still running. For Stranger Things Day 2024, they gifted us with the 8 episode titles for the final season. When the episode titles for seasons 3 and 4 were released, I made theories videos on what the episodes could be about based off their titles. Both videos have been huge for my channel, so if you either watched them before or are gonna watch them after this, thank you. So since I've done this for the last 2 seasons and we know that this season is the last one, let's do this one more time. Just a heads up, a lot of these episode titles have to do with Dungeons and Dragons. Now personally, I don't really know anything about Dungeons and Dragons, so I'll be using Google to help me with my theories. Chapter 1 is called The Crawl. According to Reddit, when it comes to Dungeons and Dragons, a crawl is a dungeon crawl in which the heroes either go through a dangerous labyrinth or they face a dangerous environment. So since the Duffers have even explained that at the beginning of Season 5 there's not going to be any build-up, just pure action, my guess is that in Episode 1, after, 2 years of being stuck in the Upside Down in our world, they have been looking for Vecna, and they have finally found his lair, and they're going to go after him. Now, we know through set photos that a location in Season 5 is going to be a church, and based off of how much they go to this church for filming, it seems like this is probably going to be where his lair is, ironically. So my guess is he's going to be there, and there's going to be like Demodogs and Demogorgons like blocking, like protecting the church, protecting him. Chapter 2 is called The Vanishing of Blank, and based off of like set photos and everything, I'm pretty sure this is going to be Holly. And so my theory is, since Vecna knows that they know where he is, he's going to pretty much try to lure like Holly to be on his side, or take her to like use her as like a bargaining thing, like, leave me alone and I'll give you her, but if you try to come after me, I will kill her. And since, she's Mike's and Nancy's sister, that's gonna be a tough spot for them to be in, really. Chapter 3 is called the Turnbo Trap. I figured this term had something to do with Dungeons and Dragons, so I looked it up, and there's really nothing to do with Dungeons and Dragons with the Turnbo Trap. However, I just found out that not too long ago, one of the Duffers released this behind-the-scenes photo of a reality called Turnbo, which apparently this advertisement is in the Upside Down, so maybe Vecna is going by his human form that we've seen in the pictures with Holly. Maybe he's just pretending to work for this Turnbo company, and he's like, come on, live in this house here, and everything will be fine. Like, he's trying to, like, comfort the people, like, I'll protect you, this and that, maybe. And really, he's just using this to increase his numbers in the battle. Chapter 4 is called Sorcerer. Now, for who the Sorcerer is, my guess is it's either Will or Max. Starting with Will, I don't think it's Will because he was just like a sorcerer in that scene in Season 3, but, he has a connection to Vecna. He can feel what he's feeling, he knows what he's thinking, and I think that could be one major reason why he is the sorcerer in this episode. As for Max, I do think by this point in the season she will be out of her coma, and I do subscribe to the theory that even though she is blind to our world, she can't see into the world of the Upside Down. That's why I think it also could be her, because, these are kind of special powers she could be having. So as for the plot, my guess is that they're going to be using either Will or Max to spy on Vecna. Chapter 5 is called Shock Jock. According to Google, a shock jock is really a disc jockey on a radio talk show that expresses his opinions in a defensive way. We do know a radio station is very important this season. It's probably where Hopper and Eleven are going to be hiding. And I'm pretty sure this is going to be the place where everyone meets up and strategizes and comes up with a plan. So my guess is for the plot, this episode is either after they get the radio working, or it's been working, and after the information they get from Will or Max after they spied on Vecna, they come up with a plan, and they get on the radio to lure Vecna to a certain place for a big fight, and possibly even the final fight. Chapter 6 is called Escape from Camazotz. In the Mayan mythology, it is known as a deity known as the spirit of night, death, and sacrifice. It is also translated to Death Bat. When the episode titles were released, fellow YouTuber Filmstock pointed out something that I think is very convincing. When it comes to Death Bat, who in the show has died by bats? Our beloved Eddie Munson. The last thing that's going to influence my theory for episode 6 is the fact that a couple months ago, Maya Hawke posted a picture of a script page, and behind the blank page, you could see writing on the other side, and it had something to do with Robin and Mike rescuing children or something like that. My theory for episode 6 is there's going to be two groups, one that goes and faces Vecna, and I'm going to say the other group consisting of Mike, Robin, and Dustin. I will get to why I think Dustin will be part of this group in a minute, but I'm going to say that Vecna probably has children locked up somewhere or like imprisoned or something, and this is my guess on when we're going to be getting Holly back, and it'd be like a really sweet reunion between her and her siblings. Now, we know one thing about Vecna is that he likes to target people who have gone through trauma or going through a really hard thing. And as we seen from season 4 when he appeared as Billy in front of Max, I think he is going to appear or have Eddie be resurrected and kind of be like in front of the church. That way, Dustin especially will not go near it because, as we know from set photos, Dustin's going to be visiting his grave and he's going to be going through it. So my guess is that throughout episodes 1 through 5, probably, he's going to, in episode 1, he's going to go to the church and he's going to see Eddie and he's going to have such a hard time with it and he can't do it, whatever he has to do. And throughout episodes 1 through 5, he's going to slowly realize, oh, I gotta show Vecna that I'm stronger than that. And in this episode, when Mike and Robin go get the kids, he's gonna go with them and kind of take down Eddie and have to kill him after seeing Eddie die in the previous season, which I think is going to be so heartbreaking, honestly. But yeah, that is my reason for why I think he's going to be with them. Chapter 7 is called The Bridge. Now, originally I thought the bridge meant Will because, Will has an attachment to both our world and the Upside Down, but now that I'm thinking about it, I think the bridge means both him and Max. Now, I know that if the theory that we have that, if Max can see into the Upside Down, that I think these two could be working side by side to help the others bring down Vecna. Basically, part 1 of the final battle. Chapter 8 is called The Right Side Up. I don't really have any theories for this episode. All I know is that this is going to be the final battle between our guys and Vecna, and that either way, 11 or Will is going to close the Upside Down and defeat Vecna. Now, I know that there's a lot of theories that, this is war, so we're probably going to lose people, such as, Steve, Jonathan, Nancy, and there's a really high chance that we're going to lose either Will or 11 or both of them. And honestly, I really don't want to lose anyone because I love all these characters. But honestly, Will and 11 deserve a happy ending the most out of anyone. But yeah, I'm just really hoping I love this ending because the most important thing about a show is the finale. That's it. I really hope you enjoyed this video, and if you watched the videos on seasons 3 and 4, I really hope you enjoyed those too, and thanks for the support on these. And if you have any thoughts on any of my theories, comment down below respectfully, and I just hope that this is a series finale that all of us deserve.